Okay, we are live. Today we are so excited because I really believe more than anything in the world is that everyone wants to live longer, healthier. Right, Shelley?
Absolutely. And we're seeing it because we're learning more and more through technology, the information that's available to us.
Absolutely. And a lot of this has to do with the internet. I mean, we can access, my best friend is Mrs. Google. You know, I'm always reaching out to her. But today we are educating you specifically on not only how to live longer, healthier, but live with quality, feeling and looking great. And our special guest is our good friend, Shelley McGuire. And I'm going to read a little bit about who she is because it's really important to understand who the presenter is. And Shelley has had a chain of high-end beauty salons for over 10 years. And she went on to develop over 100 skincare products. And she obviously is a global brand, a skincare expert, an educator, and a consultant. And today we're really going to talk about a subject that I was not aware of. I mean, think about it. How many times a day do you pick up your mobile devices? How often are you on a laptop or a desktop? And we're going to learn today how Shelley has formulated products without harm, no ingredients that will hurt you, no toxic ingredients that could cause harm. So I'm going to shut off my camera and turn it over to Shelley McGuire. Over to you, Shelley.
Thank you, Sandy. And thank you for everyone that is watching us live, or if you're watching the replay. This is an exciting educational and informational webinar. So what I want to do is, first, I want to talk about aging. And this is something that none of us like to think about, but we really do need to address the issue of what's happening to us as we age. So let's take a glimpse into looking at the current and future of our skin. Now, if you see what is happening, I've got it isolated starting in our 20s. Everything starts to go downhill. So we are at our peak in our mid-20s. And as you can see, in your later 20s, your exfoliation, meaning your cell turnover, slows down by 28 from what would be an average of 28 days, it starts to slow down. So you have a slower replication of healthier skin cells. In your 30s, moisture slows down and some of your fat cells shrink. Well, why is that important? Moisture fuels collagen and elastin. You have to have moisture to cultivate collagen. So now you can see, as in the 40s, this cascading effect. When you're in your 40s, collagen and elastin, because it is not being served by moisture, starts to become very brittle and fragile and does not hold that bounce in your skin. And it begins to break. Now in your 50s, your oil glands are drying up. You're producing minimal to no collagen. So as we can see, as we age, we start to see the issues that we all face. Dry skin from no moisture, fine lines and wrinkles, sagging, the loss of collagen that is the firmness for our skin, but also because we don't have that bounce in our skin, because we don't have the elastin or that elastic in our skin. So it may sound grim. Now, the good news is, because of the way technology is and ingredients, it's never too late to start being able to make a change to your skin, regardless of what age you are, if you have the right tools and products to do so. So let's think about this. What if, excuse me, what if in 30 days from now or 60 days from now, you could see changes in your skin? So changes meaning the fine lines and wrinkles, the texture, the radiance, the overall look of your skin, the balance of your skin. What if in 30 days from right now, you could see a difference? Now, the exciting thing is that these changes that you see, that we're going to talk about, don't happen magically on the 30th day. You don't wake up and all of a sudden your skin changed on that 30th day. It starts changing gradually, day by day. So when we talk about using products that are going to make a difference in your skin, that are clinically proven to make a difference in your skin, you don't have to wait 30 days. You can start on day one, starting to see and feel a difference if you're using, and I have to keep saying this, the right products. So think about this. Seems too good to be true, doesn't it? If you could visibly change your skin in just one use of a product, see changes in luminosity, the fine lines, the wrinkles. Look at this. We have a gentleman who worked outside. He was a bellman out in the environment, the harsh environment. You've got Val, who has issues with pigmentation for post-acne. And look at this in one use. This could be your skin. Maybe you or you know someone who deals with severely dry skin. Some refer to this as psoriasis or eczema-like conditions. Seriously dry, challenged skin. Now, what's interesting is we all see what's happening on our skin, right? And right now, as you're watching this, you might be looking in a mirror saying, yeah, you know what? I see some spots. I see some lines. I see some wrinkles. I don't have the radiance I used to have. But what is more, I have to say the word frightening, is what is lurking under your skin. What is the damage that you are not yet seeing on the surface? What about all those years? Maybe if you're like me, we were into the old, I'm a baby boomer, the baby oil and iodine and reflector mats, where the tanner you are, the better it was. Burning our skin, frying our skin. But all of that damage from the sun and stress and the environment have an accumulative effect that is under the surface of your skin. And you know, I call this my carpet cleaning theory. But you know how when you see spots on your carpet and you clean that carpet and they're gone and you're excited and you think they're gone forever, and then months later you come back and they're back up on the surface again. That's because that coloration of that carpet goes way deep into the carpet and the pad and all the layers. That's the same with your skin. We have layers and layers of our skin, and this damage can go deep. So we need to be looking at not only what we're doing for our skin now, but what are we doing to take control right now so that we can help future-proof our skin. So we're all looking for ways, new ways to hold on to our youth, and ways that we can continue to do it without caustic chemicals and over-aggressive treatments, right? Because a lot of times we find some of the things that we've been doing our skin that we thought were helpful are actually causing our skin more trauma and damage than what we were trying to treat. So if you look at the population and why skincare, and you see it, skincare is a huge business. You can't turn on the television, you can't open a magazine without noticing that everyone is advertising skincare. And the latest and greatest ingredients are going to change the way your skin looks. But the population is aging. So the good news is our life expectancy is increasing. Our average age is increasing. So this means that we're now looking for more ways to be able to hold on to our youth. And it's not just women, where skincare used to be a female-oriented business. Now men are actually seeking more facial rejuvenation treatments at the fastest record ever before. And millennials, this is that group of population that will soon be where our market is. They're spending an unprecedented amount of the ratio of their income for treatments, and not just skincare, but they're also going to more invasive treatments. And you know what? I hate to see that happening. I hate to see people resorting to something that is so outlandish and so harsh until you've really experienced how you can treat your skin in an effective and kind way. So because of the information that we can now share through the internet, and the research that's being done, we're actually more in tune with what we shouldn't be using on our skin. And it's interesting, the latest research shows that over 60% of women, because that's who they polled for this, will read labels now to see what is not in a product. So that might be your nutritional label, that might be your skincare label. And take a moment and think about yourself. Do you look at those label panels? Are there ingredients that you know that you want to avoid? Things such as maybe gluten, sulfates and surfactants that unnaturally strip the essential oils out of skin. Artificial fragrance that is found to cause more of the skin challenges that we have. So many times when people are using a product, they don't realize it's the artificial fragrance and the artificial colors that are actually causing a reaction to the skin. Maybe it's causing dry patches. Maybe it's causing that puffiness under the eyes, the dark circles under the eyes. It can actually be a reaction to the thousands of synthetic chemicals that it takes to create one artificial fragrance. Parabens, a lot of research on parabens and what it's doing for the endocrine system and some of the potentially dangerous things that it's doing, especially for pre-puberty, and studying what is happening where they're finding traces of parabens in nodules under the armpits, showing that it really is getting maybe into our endocrine system. Animal byproducts, I thought this is very interesting, but the words that we use for ingredients are all the same no matter where you go worldwide. So for instance, glycerin is called glycerin. But when you see that word, you don't know if it is vegetable-based or pork-derived. So you want to make sure you're using products that are no animal testing and no animal byproducts. And that's what the population is learning. We're becoming very savvy, and we're becoming a lot more particular on where we're placing our business and who we are trusting. So what do we want in our formulas? What do we want in our products? This is what's now important to our customers. Free of, meaning free of the things that I just read you. Naturally derived, so using nature as our 21st century laboratory. We're learning the power of what natural ingredients and the compatibility they have with our skin and how they can make a change in our skin. And we're finding clinically proven natural ingredients, many times for the first time ever. Unique textures and ingredients. We want an experience. We want to feel something nice and light. We want that fluffy texture. We want a great experience. We want visible interaction. We want to be able to see a difference, feel a difference, smell a naturally scented product. And we want transparency. What are you using? What are you putting in our products? And where is it coming from? And I can tell you, and maybe you've tried this, maybe you haven't, but I would encourage you, walk into your department store, one of your big box stores, walk up to one of the well-known brands of skincare and say, excuse me, I see glycerin on your label. Where is that coming from? May I talk to the chemist? Can I talk to the scientist? And I think you'll find the answer is absolutely no. They'll be looking at you like you a deer in the headlights. And that's why we talk about, and you'll hear me talk about, buying from someone who you trust and who you know. So what if, I just want you to think about, what if you could have just 2 products that in a total of literally just a few minutes, you could give your skin what it needs to look healthy, luminous, help defend against the look of future aging. Here is our solution. 2 products, the 2-Minute Miracle Gel and the Brightening Souffle, that are created from some of nature's most powerful and clinically proven ingredients. And these are products that not only give an instant visible change and something that you can actually feel a change in your skin, but also helps to what we say future-proof your skin. How exciting would that be? Just 2 products that would help you save time and money that could make a difference in your skin. Think about how easy that would be. Maybe look at your vanity right now. How many products are you layering one after the other to try to change the way your skin looks in the terms of lines, wrinkles, spots, luminosity, sagging, firmness. How many products are you using? So what we found was that right now, if you are watching this, and you're probably thinking about 20 other things that you have to do today, right? So you're enjoying this education, but you've been thinking about all the things you need to do. So time is really something that all of us are short on. So what if you could use a product that could save you time, where you didn't have to layer product after product, and you could resort to one product that could give you 7 different benefits? That would be 7 products in one. Something that can give you results and was not complicated. Chances are this is something that you're going to want to do, and something that if you consistently do, when you can save time and you see results, we know that you will be using a product. You know, skincare is all about consistency. You can't just apply a cream once, walk away, and know that your skin is going to be more youthful forever. So the whole idea of why skincare works for some and not for others is you have to develop a routine, a habit, a pattern, a consistency. And I don't know about you, but if you're like me, the more that I can simplify my regimen, I'm going to have a better opportunity in the morning, but also at night when I'm tired and I'm worn out from the day, that I can keep my routine going. So that is what we have, the 2-Minute Miracle Gel, 7 products in one, something you've never seen before. A cleanser, a toner, an exfoliator, without any grains, acids, or abrasives, a brightener, a hydrator, a pore minimizer, and a skin primer, all in one product. Now, what's exciting about this is, how do we know if the 2-Minute Miracle Gel is going to work for you? Well, we have years and years of history and proof from our customers that this works, and it doesn't matter, as you can see here, and I love this. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your skin type. It doesn't matter your ethnicity. Our customers are our proof. And what's so amazing is that I don't know of any other company that can tell you that the 2-Minute Miracle Gel works 100% of the time on 100% of the people. Have you ever heard of any other product that can make that claim? But we can. We've seen it. And so it doesn't matter your age or your skin type. We know that you will absolutely see and feel a change in just your first use. Now, maybe you have some hormonally challenged skin, or if you have kids or teens or tweens, and you know how dealing with issues of acne and breakout can really affect their confidence. Maybe this is something you've struggled with. Have you ever struggled with the remnants of acne challenged skin? Maybe spots from acne scarring, possibly reoccurring breakouts. And if you are, you know how that makes you feel about your skin. So imagine if you could, in one product, change the way we did for this 14-year-old girl. What do you think she feels? How do you think she feels about her skin? And she's 14 years old. And look what this did for her in a matter of 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time. This is not an acne treatment, but yet look how this cleared up her skin and the way that it looks and soothed her skin in 2 weeks. What about this? If you could see changes in the color of the pigmentation and the spots, instantly, visibly brighter. 30 days of use, amazing changes. What about someone, and this is really interesting, the latest statistics show that about 20% of children and 3% of adults have eczema. Now, that may not sound like a large number to you in those percentages, but that means that over 31.6 million Americans have eczema. So think about all the people maybe you know in your life that have the dry, scaly, itching skin. And what if you could give them something that in 5 minutes after use gave them the type of relief that you see here? Diminishing in the look of redness, less irritation, comfort to their skin, Can you imagine without any drug intervention, without having to go to the pharmacy, without using steroids, something that could change their skin like this? I mean, I just think that's just unbelievable. And what's so exciting about this product is that you actually see it working. And usually skincare is something that we think of that we have to do. I have to wash my face. I have to do this. I have to do that. And it's almost like a chore. But what has been so amazing is that we have launched a product that people look forward to using. Matter of fact, they can't wait to use it because you see it working, just like you see on this graphic. You will be able to actually witness your surface dead skin only balling up, accumulating on your skin, and instantly, in less than 2 minutes, you'll see complete transformation in your skin. And once again, we're not talking about harsh grains, acids, or abrasives. This is free of everything. I want you to check out your exfoliator at home. And I can almost guarantee you will see abrasives in there. You'll see acids. This is abrasive and acid free. And that's what makes us so unique. But besides being unique, we also have some oomph to this product. We made it powerful with a combination of ingredients that are absolutely exclusive to the GenM line. So have you been seeing all of the information about mangosteen and moringa? As a matter of fact, you're seeing it in everything right now. It's two of the hottest ingredients. So you're seeing it in everything from skin care, hair care, nutritional products, drinks, powered by moringa. Moringa oleifera, it's one of the hottest buzzwords for 2018, and it's continuing because of the power of what it does. This combination of two 100% naturally sourced superfoods are able to show clinical science on how they can make a change in the look and feel of skin. And not all natural ingredients get the backing of science because you have to really show something extraordinary to have a company study something natural. But that's what we find with these two powerhouse ingredients. And that's what makes it even more notable. So mangosteen. Now this is really interesting. The fruit of the mangosteen has an outer layer called the pericarp. And the pericarp has what is known in that outside layer is the pericarp, and the outermost rind has xanthones. Now what makes xanthones so notable is that they are actually the most powerful antioxidants to fight free radicals in the environment. And I think all of us have heard over time CoQ10, resveratrol, vitamin C, vitamin E, all of these what we know to be the most powerful free radical fighters. Mangosteen actually exceeds that. So it has some very powerful effects, and what it's able to do for your skin is help to restore the outside lipid barrier of skin, which when you have breached your acid mantle of your skin or that outermost layer of your skin, that is when foreign bacteria and other foreign bacteria that lead to things like acne, eczema, when they breach the skin, you need to have that skin in balance. So this restores the balance. It helps with rich in oleic and linoleic acids, vitamin A, vitamin C, nourishes, repairs the skin, purifies. So multiple advantages in, even if you just applied this one ingredient to skin, you'd be able to see and feel a difference. But we've got this loaded with a combination of the mangosteen, so two types, an extract and an oil, and the moringa oleifera. But it's not only stopping there. So we've added a combination of clinically proven ingredients. Once again, this is exclusive. So we've got aloe vera, but not like aloe vera you find on the shelf. And this is really interesting. But there are 3 grades of aloe. You've got your commercial grades and your clinical grades and your pharmaceutical grades. And all of them make a difference. And what's interesting about the aloe that we use, it is cryogenically or flash frozen processed. Now, we all know through history the power of aloe. So when you cut into a leaf and you open it, everybody says, go grab the aloe. You got a burn, you got anything, go grab the aloe. But what you may not realize is as soon as you cut open that leaf, the exposure to air and light start degrading all the natural enzymes and antioxidants and vitamins. So our aloe is flash frozen processed where it doesn't hit the environment or the air or the light, and we can actually maintain a claim to be more powerful than aloe right out of the leaf. We've also got Antarcticine. This is a fascinating ingredient. This is a natural protein from the glaciers of the Antarctic, where scientists discovered back in the 1980s, I believe, organisms that were frozen in Antarctica, frozen in an area that frozen ice where organisms are still moist and thriving. And what they discovered is that there is a 100% natural sugar protein that forms around these organisms that is able to extend cell life and virtually protect them from aging. And they expect some of these cells, when they study them, were almost thousands of years old. So they were able to duplicate the same natural protein and create it and study it as a compatible skincare product. And it is amazing. It is the only ingredient that we know of that can actually protect from moisture loss, even in sub-zero temperatures. So right now, if you are experiencing winter dry skin, there's no better time for you to give yourself the 2-Minute Miracle Gel and the upcoming product of the Soufle. We also have a blue-green algae, called to be the most nutritionally dense place on the planet, in the Cascade Mountains, where there's a runoff from volcano, where this algae blooms, and it is believed to have a perfect amino acid panel match to human DNA with the amino acids. So we're giving it to our skin in the most natural form, natural glutathione, which is naturally in our skin when we're young and becomes decreasing as we age. Glutathione is our natural internal antioxidant. We have vitamins, minerals, SOD, superoxide dismutase. All of these things that you may try to find in an ingredient one by one. Maybe you're taking supplements of glutathione or SOD, vitamins, minerals, zinc, all these ingredients that naturally help protect our skin. Now, we know about the 2-Minute Miracle Gel. We just talked about what it does for skin, 7 products in one. But now something I want to talk about is blue light. Have you heard about blue light? Do you know what blue light is? If you don't know, I'm so glad you're watching this webinar, and I can promise you at the end of this, you'll be glad you did too, because we're going to continue to talk about how to future-proof your skin. So blue light, it is a visible light on the light spectrum of visible light, but it is one of the shortest and highest energy wavelengths of all visible light. So we're talking about the highest energy over UVA and UVB light. Now, what makes it different is that not all light has the same effect on our skin or our health or our eyes or our cells. And blue light comes from the natural sun, which sunscreens can't protect against blue light. But what studies are showing that we never knew before is that modern electronics, cell phones, iPads, computers, laptops are emitting large amounts of blue light. And now scientists are starting to study what is the effect of this. And we're learning a lot about what this is doing to our skin, our eyes, our brain, and our body. And now study after study is coming out on the effects of this. And as a matter of fact, this weekend, I was just reading a study that was published in the melanoma research. Actually, it was in the Journal of Pigment Cell and Melanoma Research that has shown that blue light can cause pigmentation, or what they call as melasma, on the skin. And they believe, and this is what's astounding, they believe that it has a similar or possibly greater effect on our skin than UVA. Now, UVA is the UV aging rays. The aging rays that cause pigmentation, rough texture, wrinkles, loss of collagen, destruction to our cells, all of the cells in our body. And we are continually under assault from the environment. Now, if you think about it, looking back, remember when UVA and UVB, and maybe you're like me if you were from the era of baby boomer and you used to sit outside with the baby oil and iodine and reflector mat like I talked about in the beginning of this. And now we, at one point, said, boy, if I only knew then what I know now. Well, I don't want you in 5 years or 10 years to be hearing about blue light and seeing the effects on your skin and saying, oh boy, if I only knew then what I know now. Well, I can tell you, you don't have to wait 5 years. You don't have to wait 10 years. We know. We're watching the studies, study after study that is confirming that now is the time that we need to start being concerned about what HEV light is doing to our skin. Now, we know we're all addicted to our cell phones, our laptops, our computers. That's the way we do business. It's the way we advertise on social media. It's the way we connect. So realistically, we're not going to be putting those down. And they estimate that the average person, and be honest with yourself, checks their cell phones 85 times a day. And 60% of this population spends 6 or more hours a day on their electronics, where you're in the continual exposure to blue light. Now, I like this graph because you can see, so you've got the UVB rays. Those are the shortest rays, and that's why they're called UVB. I like to think of those as the burning rays. Those are why you experience a sunburn. And you see it on that outermost layer. UVA, the next ray, that goes a little bit deeper. Look at that blue light ray. Do you see how deep into the dermis that's going? Now, we know the effect of UVA. We know the effect of UVB. Why would we not take this seriously? To be able to see a ray of light emitted deeper into the dermis of our skin and into our cells and into our eyes and into every aspect of our bodies. What do we think that's doing? I know it's something I'm going to take seriously. And it actually looks like consumers are starting to really take note. More and more articles are coming out, and consumers are now realizing that they need to pay attention to this. They need to be concerned. They need to be worried to do something that's going to help with offsetting that. So when we talk about exposure, what is that doing? Well, exposure to eyes, they're finding, and these are all clinically proven facts, an increase in macular degeneration because the adjustment of the light and light detecting cells in our eyes, or actually the degradation or destruction of light detecting cells in our eyes. Digital eye strain, dry eyes. More and more people are talking about using eye lubricators or getting what they call plugs in your eyes to help your eyes stay moist. That's because we blink an average of 50% less times when we're staring into our cell phones and electronics. So we're not naturally lubricating our eyes anymore. Also talking about fatigue and headaches and potentially other diseases of the eyes. It's also a strain on our bodies. Have you heard about tech neck? It might sound funny, but that's one of the new coined phrases. Tech neck, straining, the positioning of our neck, the slumping of our shoulders. But we've also got that exposure to blue light as well. So blue light during the day actually boosts mood, your reaction times, your attention. So it's beneficial somewhat during the day, but they're finding that out of all the light, let's say you got up in the middle of the night and you turned on your light, or you didn't get up in the middle of, you got up in the middle of the night, didn't turn on your light, but you looked at your cell phone. Hard to believe, but they're finding that the blue light from the cell phone actually disrupts the natural wake and sleep cycle and is more disruptive to your brain and body at night than regular natural light. So it has a decrease in melatonin, and a continual decrease in melatonin is leading to increased depression, obesity, and disease because we're throwing off what they know as our circadian rhythm. And you've probably heard about that. And our circadian rhythm dictates our sleep cycle. And when we throw that off, that's why we find people that tend to work night shifts have a higher propensity of obesity. If you've worked night shifts over an extended period of time, it can lead to a shorter life cycle. And this is all due to mostly your circadian rhythm. Now let's talk about exposure to the skin. So we saw that the UVB light and UVA light rays don't even penetrate as deep into our skin as we saw on the HEV blue light. And what we're finding is that we know that sun has caused damage in the way of discoloration, pigmentation, rough texture, increased lines and wrinkles because we're losing collagen, we're damaging the skin, we're squinting, we're scrunching our faces, we're making the same as we look into the light, we're squinting. So we're causing furrows between our eyebrows, crow's feet on the outer, and these formations and that repetitive muscle movement causes muscle memory, and we're adding on to the aged look of our skin. And you know, you all, this is something that right now we actually have the ability to control this. If you start now, you have the ability to control this. And this isn't something, you know, if you look at your cell phone, many of them now give you the option to turn off your blue light. Why do you think they're doing that? If it wasn't something that they thought to be beneficial to you, would they give you that option to turn it off? Why turn off something unless it's potentially damaging or harmful? So what happens when our skin has that exposure to the UV blue light and UV? It almost has the same effect like it does on a lizard. A lizard has the ability to change because it has these light detection, what they call opsins, these little light sensors in their skin. And it's a photosensor, and it's used as a way of protecting the skin. But what happens to us is when we turn on those protection natural instincts in our eyes and in our cells and on our skin, we're actually starting a cascading effect of damage. And we're starting a decrease in the amount of our lipids. And we slow down, as a natural protection, a slower replication of our cells because we don't want to replicate damaged DNA. So now we're just slowing down our turnover of healthy cells as well. So this is just, it shows we have pigmentation spots that are forming that you can actually visibly see on this surface, but also under the surface, pigmentation, rough texture, fine lines, wrinkles. So now the market's taking note. Products are starting to pop up all over, and we're talking about high-priced products that are literally being created to help to offset the damage from blue light. And what's notable, though, is that these mostly are doing one thing at a time. These are blue light defending spot tone correctors, but they're not moisturizing. They're not helping to fight future damage. They're not helping to restore the look of collagen and firmness. So we're still talking about the need to create a product that can do more than one thing at a time. So once again, we're going back to not having to layer product after product. And that is something that we've been able to master and create a product called the GenM Brightening Souffle. And you might be seeing this now on the news, as far as on social media. You might be hearing the buzz throughout the skincare industry. This product is literally groundbreaking and trend-setting. First of all, it's got an unbelievable light whip texture. So it's not heavy, but it is able to harness moisture and protect from moisture loss. It also has ingredients that are clinically proven to be able to support and optimize collagen, to help support the foundation and plumping of skin, help to minimize the look of fine lines and wrinkles, address the visible uneven look of skin tone. So the skin tone that you are currently seeing forming on your skin, but taking it beyond that, clinically proven ingredients to help to protect and defend and strengthen the skin against the future damage or premature aging. Now that's huge. Clinically proven ingredients to be able to help your skin defend against premature aging. So what if you could go from results like this? And these are within, I believe this was a 31-day study. This woman had told me that there was no help for her skin. She worked in the field. She grew up on a farm. And I don't even think I need to tell you the before and after on this. Look at that difference. amazing changes in the clarity, the overall brightness, the evening out of skin tone. And what's interesting is I think all of us worry about lines and wrinkles aging us. But consumer perception studies show that uneven skin tone give the impression of someone being 7 to 10 years older than they are when they have uneven skin tone. But beyond that, we also know that dehydrated skin, excuse me, and this is a landmark study that was conducted, a benchmark study, a 7-year study, followed women, and they did a control group. And the women that had properly, continually hydrated skin versus those who had dehydrated skin, the ones with dehydrated skin doubled their wrinkle rate in that 7-year period. So if you don't think moisture is so critical to younger looking skin and the future aging of skin, this is what we have in the Brightening Souffle, a way to address everything, a treatment all in one. So once again, doesn't matter your skin tone, your skin type, your ethnicity. This is notable changes in the brightness and the overall texture and complexion of skin. Here's another one. I love this. And these are people that came in, used just the Brightening Souffle, 21 to 28 days, and to see changes like this. Can you imagine if you think about your skin right now, and we're looking at December 8th. So by early January, your skin could look bright, smooth, plump. And along the way through all of your holiday photos and pictures and parties, your skin could start to visibly make a change. How exciting that would be for you. So what is the key ingredients in our Brightening Souffle? Once again, we've got to go back to exclusive ingredients that you cannot get combined anywhere else. Our phytoxan complex, that is that triple combination of our superfoods of moringa and mangosteen. We've got an ingredient called Lumices. This is incredible. This is a groundbreaking, revolutionary ingredient. We're the first to use this in the USA in a skincare product. And this comes from studying a microorganism in Spain in the Pyrenees Mountains. And it's interesting because the way that the mountain is formed and the reflection of the waterfall into the water on the organisms and the way the wind blows, they liken that exposure to blue light to be comparable to the type of intense exposure that you would get in outer space. And what they found is that this extract has the ability, they could replicate it for skin, to be able to help strengthen skin to defend against blue light and the aging effects and visible effects of blue light. So a clinically proven ingredient helps the adaptive response of your skin. But now I think what's really exciting is that we've combined this with an ingredient called resorcinol. And maybe you've tried before something very harsh for your skin to try to even out the skin tone. So maybe you've heard of kojic acid, or maybe you've heard of hydroquinone. Hydroquinone has been banned in ingredients because of the side effects that it has. Now hexaresorcinol has come in, and it is considered to be called the new gold standard in evening out and skin tone correcting because there are no side effects. There is no drying out of the skin. There are no harsh damages to the skin, but yet clinically proven to make a difference in the way that your skin tone corrects. And then once again, we've taken it a step further. The aloe vera we talked about, the Antarcticine to help with moisture loss and collagen, and the algae extract and hyaluronic acid. Matter of fact, I was just seeing hyaluronic acid now. All the ads on commercials, all of a sudden, hyaluronic's been around a long time. But it actually, we use a form of hyaluronic acid, sodium hyaluronate, that is a molecule that is easier and faster absorbed than even hyaluronic acid. And hyaluronic acid is known and coveted in skincare because it's the only ingredient that can expand to hold 1,000 times its own weight in moisture. So we're able to harness moisture, lock it in, protect from moisture loss, and at that point then have what our skin needs to feed our collagen and elastin. And so what do What do you notice? Over time, increased plumpness. We hear all the time, oh, I used to have combination skin. My skin is not oily anymore. I used to have dry patches, and now my skin just looks hydrated, smooth. And over time, you see an increase in firmness, elasticity, bounce, and total luminosity of your skin. And these are just some pictures of what we were able to see with the Lumicease, this one ingredient. This is a 56-day, looking at this, under a light that can actually show you what is under your skin. And I think a lot of us would be really, honestly, shocked and horrified. I did this one time, I was able to look through one of these scopes, and when you see what is under the skin, it's really frightening. So just this one ingredient, clinical studies, 56 days, reduction in future not yet visible spots, reduction in wrinkle volume, meaning the depth of wrinkles, and a reduction in the roughness of skin texture. It's pretty incredible, right? And here's what we're talking about, this hexaresorcinol. And what I was excited about this study is an 8-week study using our hexaresorcinol ingredient versus a 2% hydroquinone. Now keep in mind, by law now, because it's FDA regulated, I think even 1.5 to 2, I know for sure you cannot use over 2% hydroquinone, and you have to get a prescription if you do after that, because of the effect that it has on our kidney and liver. This one ingredient studied against 2% hydroquinone without any downtime or side effect has the same or enhanced effect on skin in the way of visible and non-visible pigment reduction. So when you hear about people that are on the market looking for products, and I think if you ask somebody, what is the top 3 things that bother you about your skin? Or what is top 3 things that you would change about your skin? I can tell you, I've been doing skincare for close to 20 years, developing products. And I've looked at all of the studies. One by one, I study the studies. I do all of the research. I want proof. I want to know that when I select an ingredient and when I put a formulation together, that it's not just going to make me think I look better, make me think I feel better. I want to know that there is scientific data to back up what I'm experiencing. And that's why in just the 2-Minute Miracle Gel and the Soufle, we have over a combination of 9 clinically proven ingredients that you can actually make a difference in the skin. And so if you ask somebody, what is it that you don't like about your skin? What would you change? You're going to hear the top 3 things always: lines and wrinkles, uneven tone, and a loss of radiance. Those are the 3 things that almost every woman, and now men, agree on that bothers them or that they'd like to change. We all want to get back to that baby soft, plump, smooth skin. And what is it that makes baby skin so amazing? It starts with moisture. It starts with increased cell turnover. So when a baby, or when we're in our 20s, our cell turnover is a 28-day cycle. By the time we're in our 50s, we're looking at 40 to 60 days. And by the time we're in our 70s, it's even slower. So how do you replicate young skin? How do you make our skin behave like it was young again? It's actually easier than you think, and you've got it right at your fingertips for anyone who really cares about their skin. A combination of our 2-Minute Miracle Gel and the Soufle to help increase cell turnover in a gentle and effective way, and then ingredients that can hydrate, moisturize, and help to brighten and even out skin tone. Now, just one of the things that I wanted to point out here, when we saw in the beginning, what do we want in our skincare and what do we don't want? This is one of the top selling products for a very well-known brand. Not a bad line of products at all, very effective. A lot of people have a lot of success with this. But if you look at what is in this and what alternative we're offering, I've got the ingredients in red. We've got the hydroquinone. We talked about that. There you see it, 2%. You can't go over 2% because of the toxicity to organs. Do you even want to take a chance with 2%? I don't. But look at the other ingredients in red: dimethicone, fragrance, which is perfume, glycols, parabens, artificial color. These are all things that we just talked about that we know we don't want in our skincare. So is there any reason why you wouldn't try to find a better way to treat your skin in a healthy way, in an effective way? And if you had that opportunity, wouldn't you want to share that with everyone? And if you asked someone, you know what, do you have 2 minutes? That's really all I need to show you, even on your hand, in 2 minutes or less. I can show you a difference in your skin, and then I can tell you about clinically proven ingredients that with sustained use in just 2 products are going to completely transform the look of your skin today, tomorrow, and future-proof your skin from the look of premature aging. So I think it's extremely exciting what we're able to offer, and I hope that you will find the person who invited you to this educational webinar and training and ask them how you can experience the amazing, miraculous benefits of the 2-Minute Miracle Gel and the Brightening Souffle.